you join me with an Avalanche XXIX. That really sounds a lot cooler than it actually is. It's just the Roman numeral for 29. Because as you can see, this bike is all about 29. This was a pretty big deal for Avalanche, and just to clear that up, Avalanche is a local South African bike manufacturer. It's not the GT Avalanche, which I believe is their entry-level hardtail mountain bike below the Karakoram and Saskar. Not too sure, it's been a few years since I had GT. But anyways, this is the first 29er that Avalanche made, and this came out in the year of our Lord 2012 for the princely sum of around 3,000 Rand, if I recall, when other entry-level bikes like the GT Karakoram 29er would cost you about 5 minimum. This could be had for around about 3. And this is actually my first ride on this bike. I've known this bike since, well, I advised the first owner to buy it, and then I bought it back from that guy and sold it to the second owner for 3,000 Rand. And I recently bought it from the second owner. Now it's mine, and I also paid 3,000 Rand. But I did some fixes to this. I have some upgrades planned for it. But first, let's check out how I got this bike, and then have a look at the state that it's currently in.
So this is the bike the day after I bought it, and it was pretty well looked after considering the age. It does need some work. For example, these bolts holding in the brake calipers, that's definitely not the right size, and there was also significant play in that rear hub from side to side. I don't have that on video, but yeah, it was pretty significant. The rotors, they have a lot of good meat left on them. Rims looking pretty good. The shifter was completely busted. The top of the casing was cracked, and it was very, very hard to shift, so that's going to need replacement. And also all the fluid that was left in the brake reservoir from the lever was gone, and there was no pressure on these levers at all. In the previous video, you may have seen that the Kendaslant 6's wire bead tires was a no-go tubeless, so I made a different plan.
And now you join me with a PEP Paxi bag that I just picked up as we continue this saga. Now the whole reason I'm running wire bead tires is because normal tubeless tires are just too expensive. But there's still the option of buying used. Now yes, I know, as disgusting as it sounds, buying someone's old used rubber, it took a while for me to get to terms with it, but that's just what I did here. The price was just so good, and if you compare it to the price of the new ones, I guess we'll soon find out if we got a good deal. So this is supposed to be 3 tubeless tires. I can't even remember what it was I bought, but it was 400 bucks for 3 tubeless tires. So let's see what we got. It's a reasonably well used Maxxis. Oh yeah, no, it's reasonably well used. It's a Forecaster, so that's going to be 2.35. I like the Forecaster. I could use that on my bike. Okay, next bag. Wow, this one's really got some serious meat left on it. Also a Maxxis. Looks like the same tread pattern, so this could be another Forecaster. That'll be nice, having 2 of the same. Ah, this is an Aggressor. 2.5. That's definitely not going to fit any of my bikes, but okay. Thanks for playing. And another pretty well-worn Maxxis. This one being a Recon 2.6. Okay, so I think I have one useful tire out of this batch, which is this 2.35. Now, I should probably explain my plan here. So this is the Avalanche we were working on a few days ago. It's been parked like this for almost a whole week because I just couldn't get that rear tender to seat, and I actually sold it at a loss, as one does. And this is my silverback, on which I've been having this cheap tubeless tire from a previous video, wire bead, running tubelessly without any issues. So I am thinking of transplanting this onto my Avalanche, so that becomes my wire bead tubeless bike, and then running another tire on here, a tubeless tire, one of these used ones, and yeah, seeing how that goes. But I have very little hope about the 2.4 and 2.6 ones. But anyways, I think the first step is then to get this one onto that wheel. So this is the tire from the first wire bead to tubeless video I made, and it has worn off pretty good, and I think this has only been 200 kilometers. I did an 80 gravel/tar and a couple of 40k mountain bike ones. This one isn't going to last very long, so I don't think I'm even going to bother taking it off this wheel. I'll probably just ride it until it's really shot and then replace it all together, because I don't really see the point now in taking this off and mounting it on the wheel of that Avalanche bike. So yeah, I think this one is going to stay as is, and I'll maybe try my luck getting some of those thick, chunky second-hand tubeless tires onto the Avalanche. If it clears the frame, that's the big question. So I'm going to start out with the biggest of the lot, which is the 2.6, and see if that'll fit on my old Avalanche bike. Now, this one is really cool. It's the organic one. It comes with a leaf inside, so that's pretty cool. This leaf seems to be part of the tire now, so it's just going to stay there. Just doesn't clear on this side. If you move it a little to that side, it might.
So apart from the tubeless tires I fitted, I took the bike to the bike shop for some work, which was a wash and lube, sorting out the brakes for me, and also the hubs. That came to a total of 1,150. I provided most of the parts, such as the shifter, which was $4.99 from Solomon Cycles, and also the entry-level Shimano hydraulic brake levers. It was $300 in total. So at a price of $400 for 3 tires, that works out to $266 for 2 tires. So yeah, the total is just over 5,200 Rand for this bike as it currently is.
Okay, so as you have seen, the brakes were gone. I have these nice new entry-level Shimano hydraulic levers. They are fitted to the calipers that was on this bike, which is calipers from an SLX brake set. So these are working pretty well with that. The shifter was completely busted. Its shell was gone, it couldn't shift. So I got this Olivio 9-speed shifter. That's working pretty well. I'm going to make it proper 1x9 at some stage, but for now it's just the derailleur set to keep the chain on the middle ring. There is no cable and also no shifter on it. It's just stuck like that. The saddle, this is super cushy. In fact, it's a bit disconcerting to me, because I like to feel when I have a flat rear, and this thing just bounces so much. I keep thinking that I have a flat rear the whole time. And other than that, It's still got the original Altus it came with. I think this was a 9 out of the box, or it could have been a 7. No, this was a 3x7, and it still had the V brakes integrated to the shift levers. Yeah, I remember that. So that's why it got upgraded to these hydraulic brakes, and yeah, the levers was just completely knackered, so I changed that. I don't think I'm going to change the gearing on this. This is quite a nice workout. This is a 11T to 36T 9-speed Shimano, and I am now at a level of fitness where I can actually ride everything I need to ride with this. So that's working pretty well, but I would like to get this upgraded to a proper narrow wide 1x, and these are fake bolts, right? So this thing bolts, well, it's more like rivets. So I have an idea where I drill this out and I drill the other one out, but the problem is this middle ring, it's not bolted, it's actually part of the casting, so you can't upgrade the chainring. You'll have to either saw it off and bolt in a new one, or in all probability I'll just get a square tapered crank if I see one. That's going to be the easiest, the narrow square tapered, or maybe a triple and put a narrow wide ring on that with a 104 BCD or something. I forgot what an effort it is to ride with this these non-air shocks, these coil shocks, and this is the XCT, which I think was the entry-level Sun Tour. It was XCT, then XCM, XCR, and then at the top the Radon Air. I'm not hating on SR Sun Tour. I bought one of their Radon shocks new and fitted to one of my GTs back in the day. I was pretty happy with it, but this is pretty different than the Silverback Solar I normally ride, but it's something interesting, and a lovely winter's day like this, without the stress of wire bead tires, which is where one of the previous videos ended, I'm gonna end this video. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see me messing around with more bikes and computers and other things where I lose a lot of money, check out the next video.